Afternoon, gentlemen. Dave, to start with yourself, how would you sum up that match?
A bit rusty, fairly frustrating. We played a lot of good footy, but we just didn't kick the ball enough. There was a lot of space where we could apply pressure, and we tended to overplay, and we got some good go forward. Almost got sucked into going more phases when they've got no cover in the backfield. So it was disappointing, and we ended up putting ourselves under pressure because of it.
Yeah, the camera angles don't always show it from where we're watching it, but it seemed like there was a couple of unnecessary kicks, those short grubbers, but in fact, was that a wrong summation, and was there much more space that you did hope for kicking?
Yeah, I know we're seeing plenty from upstairs. So we played a lot of rugby in between the 10s, and certainly late in the game we got penalised a fair bit around there, and even the intercept, we've got a 4-on-1. We just got to give it to the guy next to us, but we knew that going in, and like I say, look, we're happy to win. We will be better for that game, and they're a good side. They've every time we gave them a bit of a sniff, they hurt us.
And a two-part question. You weren't particularly happy with what you got from the bench last time against Argentina, and also you held back James O'Connor for quite a while. Was there a reason behind that, and just what are you wanting from the bench in that second half?
We left James on the bench mainly because Geordie was on early. They're a very fast finishing side traditionally, and we didn't want to empty the bench with 20 to go type of thing. So unfortunately that often happens. James was the one left on the pine for a little bit longer.
David, it looked like all week it sort of looked like that you guys were going to try and slow the game down, sort of not play that sort of higher tempo footy that they wanted to play. Do you feel like you guys got sucked into that after the fast start that you had? Is that how it felt to you as coaches?
Yeah, I wouldn't say sucked in either, because they were blowing. We're looking from up top, and we thought they were out on their feet a number of times. So we lacked a little bit of accuracy at key times. We lacked a bit of patience. But that's what happens. Good learning for us. We got pretty good go forward from a lot of carries, and like I said, we probably overplayed a bit. But it's a different enemy we played today from what we've been playing, and they'll be quite different to what we'll face in the next 3 weeks.
The big question, Dave?
Pec injury we'll assess over the coming days.
Does it look pretty serious at all? Could he be in some doubt for the rest of the tour?
If it's bad, yes.
Were you pleased with some of the interchange play from the forwards? I mean, we know the All Blacks have been pretty silky on that front for many years, but a couple of those tries were really nice play from several forwards involved. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, we'll put a massive emphasis on developing our skill set. We are making good shifts around that. I'll look back. Maybe some of the other stuff will look more positive. We, first impressions at times was that we overplayed, but some really good interplay from some of our big men.
Michael, how did that compare intensity-wise with the Rugby Championship? And I guess a couple of years' time, that team ready to join the Rugby Championship, Japan?
I'm not going to answer the second part of that question. That's not. That's a bit above, the decisions I need to make in terms of that game itself. Look, it was more up tempo than some of the Rugby Championship there. Definitely not the New Zealand games, but there was a bit more. I mean, I don't know what the stats were around the ball in play time, but certainly felt like there was a bit more Japan's intent to throw in quick lineouts, get the ball moving around, keep the ball in the field of play with their kicks, and then just generally run it back. Had us going a bit, but like Dave said, we were pretty well conditioned for that, and I think one or two phases more, and we could have hurt them a bit more. It came close at the end there, but it certainly felt like we were all over them for most of the game, and let them in with some you know, some poor discipline and some poor skill error.
Dave, just on Reece Hodge, I believe you guys are going to England tomorrow. So can you just confirm you will take him on the plane? Because the scans, they might not be back in time, or what?
Yeah, no, the plan is he'll travel. We'll assess. We've got obviously got a couple of weeks till we play Scotland. Yeah, that'll buy us some time to get clarity around what we do if it's long term.
Dave, do you know if Craig Cooper's on that plane as well?
Yep.
Dave, without going above your pay grade as well, are Japan worthy of a place in the conversation for down the track with the Rugby Championship, given they're top 10 in the world now, World Cup quarter-finalists, and let's be honest, a perfect time zone as well?
Yeah, look, they're a good side. You've got outstanding staff who've developed genuine depth. They're only going to get better, I think. So, certainly worthy of where they're sitting in the world, and certainly great for them to be playing a lot of Tier 1 nations now, and maybe compared to what they were doing 2 or 3 years ago.
Dave, you brought Hunter back in for Samu, obviously. How did you feel he returned, and do you think he's done enough, I suppose, to push Samu for that number 12 jersey against Scotland?
Yeah, well, I'm really happy with Hunter. He played 80 minutes for a start, which is a great effort. And he was strong. He was strong defensively. He'd be so much better for the run too. So, he's had a really good week of preparation, and happy with his performance today.
Last couple in English, thanks guys.
Dave, you're very solid at the set piece today, both line out and scrum, but do you think the team did enough at the breakdown, particularly with an eye towards the Northern Hemisphere?
Yeah, we were pretty good early on. I thought we weren't so great late in the game, and some of that comes from overplaying. There's a lot of kick space, and Japan chasing the game, we could force them to have to maybe them overplay, and we profit off that. So, there's some detail. Some of it was entry, which is just poor decision making from an individual perspective. So we'll tidy that up. As I said at the very start, we're just a little bit rusty around a couple of areas. We've done a lot of work around our carry clean. It's just got to be better.
And Dave, just perhaps 5 straight hasn't happened in a little while, and maybe Michael, you can make a comment too, but that must be a real sign of where you want the side to go. Clearly not happy necessarily with the performance, but 5 straight with an opportunity to keep that going into the next 3 tests.
Yeah, I can answer that. Look, it's just reinforcing the type of play that we want to encourage on the field and the type of team we want to become. There's still a lot of, lot to go, and a lot to grow for us for sure. But having the ability to change players in and out, and guys still putting in really solid performances, is certainly an aspect of the team that's really pleasing. Being able to interchange, and Dave being able to pick different varying teams and still get a result is great. I think, look, we're about to enter a place and play away from home, far away from home, which we haven't done in a long time. Which I think we're right in the perfect time as a group to take on that challenge. So. Today was really nice to get that result, and I guess show a couple of areas that we can improve, but also still tick over a win there and take that up north and take on some of these European teams.